Coming to you from the Chicago Actors Studio, it's Late Night Chicago, featuring your host, Mason Manna. Tonight's co-host, Roberta Gennaro, with special guest, Christian Hansen, and Phil Circle. And here's your host, Mason Manna.
Thank you so much. Oh my God. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Welcome to Late Night Chicago. I am so thrilled for tonight's show. We have an awesome show lined up for you tonight. Tonight's show is really fantastic. I have the honor of introducing you to a new filmmaker, Mr. Christian Hansen, everyone. He's from South Elgin, and he produced a documentary on his favorite baseball player, and now as a potential for an Oscar nod. Really amazing, right? I cannot wait to sit him down and hear the evolution of that story. And we're going to be speaking with Phil Circle. He's an author, musician, and actor. Cannot wait to speak with him. Awesome dude. Yeah. And tonight, I get to co-host with the beautiful Roberta Gennaro. Everyone, please welcome Roberta. Hey, Roberta. Oh my God, I'm great.
Hi, everybody.
How you doing?
I'm great.
Have a seat.
How are you?
Oh my gosh. I am fantastic.
I know, right?
Isn't it great? And the
Lots of
it's
stuff
such a
going
great audience tonight. You guys are phenomenal. Love you guys.
I can't wait for the show. Christian Hansen, his whole documentary about Jose Fernandez.
I know.
Wow.
It's cool.
It's something else.
Yeah, it really is.
And then the live performance by Phil.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's
going to be exciting. So stay tuned, right?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Right.
Now, before we get to that,
Yes.
I know you've seen our earlier episodes.
Yes.
And, okay, let me explain.
Okay.
I've been practicing because
Right.
everyone at home knows and everyone in the audience knows that Roberta filled me in on a few secrets.
For
The disappearing act that
disappearing
she's
act.
mastered.
I Dream a Genie.
Yeah.
Disappearing
Now,
act.
I attempted it last episode. I
Yes.
kind of messed it up, but I have been rehearsing.
You have.
Yep.
You think
So,
you have it now?
oh, I for sure have it. For sure.
Okay. All right, let's give him some support.
Yeah, everyone, you ready?
Yeah?
Okay.
Are you ready? Okay.
John, if you could hit the music for me, please. Okay, thank you. And here we go. Okay, ready? And here we go. I don't think anything. Ha! What did you do?
That's weird.
Wow, actually,
Oh, it's not going to work for me. My husband will not be happy.
okay, let me try to fix this.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
weird.
Okay, one more time. I got it. Third time's a charm. No, we're not. No. All right, you better let me take the reins on this one.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh,
Thank God.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Well, all right. I was really close this time. Give or take. Your definition of really close.
I say give him a clap just for the effort, right?
Hey.
We'll have to get together and work on this.
Yeah, maybe
off
after the
camera.
show,
Yes.
you can
Yes,
see what I'm
I'll
doing.
give you some
Maybe it's the hand placement. I don't
It
know.
might be. I'm not sure what it is, but definitely was messed up for a while there, wouldn't you say?
All right, folks. Well, stick around because we are going to take a quick break. After the break, we're going to be sitting down with Christian Hansen talking about his film, The Son of South Florida. Stay tuned, everyone. God, I really thought that I had. That was pretty. back, guys, to Late Night Chicago. We have an exciting guest tonight. We're so excited to speak with him. Christian Hansen is a filmmaker out of South Elgin, and he recently did a documentary, and we're excited to speak with him and see his journey through the process of this film. So let's go ahead and bring out Christian Hansen, everyone. Please welcome Christian. Hey, how's it going, Christian? Good to see you. Have a seat. Thank you so much for joining us.
I appreciate it very much.
Yeah, we are so excited to have you here. You have quite the experience and story with this documentary.
You're too nice, I swear.
Well, it's a really cool story. I mean, you started off writing for Yahoo.
Yeah, writing about tomatoes.
Writing about tomatoes is how you started your career, and then you moved into sports, and then from sports you went into filmmaking.
Yeah.
Documentaries.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Is your niche, I understand, and now this documentary is a potential nominee for an Oscar.
Yeah. So we found out April 26th. We got an email from the Academy saying that, hey, you know, your film's eligible for an Academy Award coming in February. You meet all the criteria. So I'm like, let's go for it. So we submitted it, and we're going to see what happens. So.
Awesome. Now, what was the criteria that it needed to meet in order to be Oscar eligible?
Yeah. So it needs to fulfill a theatrical release in 2 major cities for a period of 7 consecutive days.
Okay.
So on July 31st, we announced the theaters for LA and then New York. Small theaters, not large theaters, but small enough to fulfill the requirement. And then once that happens, then we'll see what happens from there. So that's when the fun stuff really starts.
So you will know in February.
Yes, February. December we find out if we made the shortlist. January if we received the nominations.
Okay, so December. I hope you'll keep us posted here.
Oh yes, for sure.
Make sure you send us an email. Now we do have the link to the official trailer in the description below, so be sure you check that out. We also do have a sneak peek of some footage of the film, which we're going to take a look at right now. If you can actually just bring us into what we're going to be looking at here.
This is basically just talks about the day of his death.
And my first reaction wasn't, oh my gosh, Jose Fernandez is dead. My first reaction is, which Jose? Primo Jose, Tío Jose, Abuelo Jose is like, sorry, I'm a Hispanic family. You got to be a little more specific. Which Jose? And she goes, Fernandez. Before I could get a word out of my mouth, my phone just started ringing nonstop. Friends, family, media, everyone's trying to contact me to see if it's true that that this guy on this boat is Jose Fernandez. It's South Florida. There's who knows how many Jose Fernandez. And first thing I do is I turn on the TV and every news station is playing that it's Jose Fernandez, Miami Marlins pitcher.
Breaking news happening right now. One of the top pitchers in baseball has died in a boating crash. The Coast Guard telling News Channel 8.
It encompassed a whole bunch of emotions in that part of Florida, and so I wanted people to see that because that's what draws people in. They see a movie about a baseball player or whatever, but they see the impact that it had on the community on a large scale. That's what draws people in. You'll see this in the trailer, to be certain. I mean, it's moving and it makes you want to watch it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Now this was your favorite baseball player.
Yeah.
Right?
Favorite baseball player. Weird to say because he's like close in age at me. He's 24 when he passed away. So, but I think that speaks to the fact of the impact he had in that community. It wasn't the person it wasn't the player, rather. It was the person that affected a lot of people in that community and with fans across the nation. So,
What do you think it was about him that affected the community in such a powerful way?
Like he said, he's a defector from Cuba, so it was that harrowing journey from Cuba to the U.S. that really resonates with that community. Because a lot of people, come here and try to make something of themselves, and Jose did that. And he did it very well. He became super successful. So kids and people saw that, and they're like, hey, I made that same journey. I want to do something with my life. And he served as the focal point, so that gave a lot of kids the inspiration to try to become something, make something of themselves, because little boy from their hometown in Santa Clara, Cuba did the same thing. So it's
right.
Like a rags to riches.
Yeah,
kind of story.
it really is. So
Pretty
it's,
powerful.
I mean, everything he went through, being shot at by U.S. Border Patrol 3 times, jailed in Cuban prison, 3 times before he even turned 17 years of age. And to come here and be an instant success was just, it's something that needed to be told. So it's,
in very ways, in a lot of ways, rather, it's very much the American dream.
That's awesome.
To fruition. Now we have a really cool promo poster. Sarah, can you get that for us? I want to show everyone at home. It looks really cool. Now, I understand you are starting a scholarship foundation as well. Now, we'll explain to everyone how it works and what it's going to benefit. I'm just curious to know, the painter, was that on the promo poster here, was that a painting that he did, or was that a picture?
No, that's a picture that I generated through Photoshop.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, the painting thing is the thing that I'm more happy with about this movie, if I worded that right. But he came to me and was like, hey, I want to do a painting for Jose for your movie. I'm like, let's do it. That's before I even knew anything about him. And I did more research, and he does a lot of paintings for a lot of amazing organizations with the Marlins. He raised $25,000 off one painting of Giancarlo Stanton a couple years ago, and that money all went to charity. And all the money he makes off of his paintings goes right to charity. He doesn't pocket any of it. So he's like, what do you want to do with the money? And I'm like, well, Jose's backstory and how he escaped from Cuba personified the American dream. So I created a scholarship called the Jose Fernandez Spirit Scholarship, and it's going to help immigrants in America who can't afford to go to college the opportunity to do so. So all the kids have to do is write an essay about what being an American means to them, and then I pick the winners. And it's called the Jose Fernandez Spirit Scholarship. One carries on his legacy of a Cuban defector making something of himself, and it kind of ties that back to me, like, how'd you hear about it? Well, this kid did this. So it's kind of like, it's something that I really wanted to do, and in the fall we're hoping to give out 5 $2,000 scholarships to kids who might not have the resources necessary, opportunities to go to college. So
that is really
it's awesome.
Incredible. That is awesome. So, thank you very much, Sarah.
Yeah.
So here is the poster here. It is The Son of South Florida is the documentary title, and filmed by Christian Hansen here. It's the story of his favorite baseball player,
Jose Fernandez.
Jose Fernandez, and that is so cool. We're going to go ahead and we'll link the scholarship information as well in the description below. So if any viewers out there want to go ahead and apply,
it's open to anybody. The original focus was immigrants in America, but with Go Mary, we teamed up with them, and we're trying to. It's for anybody who's trying to be successful, and it's if I can help someone who can't help themselves, I'm gonna do it any day. So
awesome.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
It's humbling too, with everything that I've been through, and to be able to give back, it's just.
Now, this is your first
film
debut, right?
Yeah.
Your first documentary that you've done.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And
to be a contender for an Oscar.
Yeah,
that's wonderful.
Yeah, it's weird. It's comical in the same sentence too, because I didn't want this. Like, it came to be. Originally, I was just gonna do it for myself to tell a story about him. I didn't know any of this was gonna happen.
Right.
But I had to call the Miami Film Commission office to get a permit to film the movie in certain areas down there. They go, hold on, we need you to talk to someone else. I'm like, oh, I'm just trying to do this little project. Like, no, this is good. We want to help you. So that's where it took off. And, before I knew it, I had Steve Cishek of the Chicago Cubs. He came to me. He's in the movie. Juan Pierre, World Series champion in 2003 with the Marlins, 18th all-time in Major League Baseball history for stolen bases. He came to me and was like, I want to be in your movie. So it's exciting. It's just awesome that people that I never thought I would speak to or work with in my lifetime are coming to me and wanting me to use them for a project that I'm doing. It's just funny. It's awesome.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's got to be quite an experience.
Oh yeah, it is. That's to be certain.
Dealing with these athletes and the film commissions.
It's the athlete thing is kind of difficult because I'm so close in age with a lot of them. Where it's like it's hard to draw that line between a fan and a you know, a industry professional, someone working.
Right.
But it's tested me, but I think I'm passing so far.
That's good.
Very cool.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's
So
awesome.
were the Marlins your favorite team?
Yeah, no, actually, not at all.
Okay.
Actually, I hate
I was
my least favorite team. So,
sure. I think
But
that's all.
no, a lot of that has to do with '03, but that's another story. No, it was just, like I said, it was the person. I could care less about the team before Jose, but that team and that organization, that city will forever be #1 in my hearts because of how they embrace this project. The people have been great. Jeffrey Lurie, I can't thank the previous ownership enough for helping me with this project. It's just awesome. It really is. So.
Just a byproduct of following your passion.
Yeah,
You were
it's
passionate about this. And
yeah, it's
just started unfolding, right?
yeah, it's just awesome. It really
Very
is.
cool.
So, yeah.
Now I gotta ask before we let you go: Cubs or White Sox?
Oh, definitely Cubs. I mean,
Cubbies all day. Okay.
I'm
All
from.
right.
Mom grew up on the north side of Chicago on Addison, so it's like always been in my blood. So, but this is pretty interesting. So when the Marlins came to Wrigley in May, you know, it took a lot out of me. I'm like, am I gonna wear my Marlins stuff or am I gonna wear my Cubs stuff? I went with the Marlins stuff, and people, they go, "What's this?" And it was like all the people in the movie and people who supported me go, "You had enough, you know, in it for you to go to Wrigley and wear." I said, "Yeah, you know why?" And I was comfortable with it because it was a tip of a cap to an organization that supported me and given me everything I've ever needed to make a movie about someone that inspired me and someone that I enjoyed watching. So it was basically tipping the cap, thanking them for supporting me in this project. So it's just awesome. So I won't do that ever again, but it was a one-time thing, and it went pretty well, so it was pretty cool.
So it worked out.
Yeah.
Right. That's great.
Well, be sure to check that out, folks. Again, that is The Son of South Florida. It's going to be releasing September 25th on Amazon Prime, or if you want to make your way down to Miami, there's going to be a premiere party in Miami as well. We'll keep you up to date with all the information and the links in the description below. And again, be sure to support an amazing film, documentary, and really awesome story. I mean, Christian Hansen, a local filmmaker, may be going to the Oscars this year, so we'll keep you posted on that.
All right.
Thanks so
you very
much
much.
for
I
coming
appreciate
in,
it very
Christian.
much.
We appreciate you
Thank
coming
you very
in.
much. Thank you.
Yes,
You're
you're
welcome back anytime.
Thank you.
Obviously. All right.
Wow.
Just come and make sure he gets out okay. Wow, what a story, though, right?
I'm like so inspired.
That is so
Are you
cool.
Seriously inspired by that.
I know. I think I might just write the Oscars real quick and be like, you know,
I think you should pursue your film idea. And I'm not going to say any more. Right? Follow your dream. Like, oh, I just want to you just go for it, right?
Yeah, that's really cool.
I mean, really, what do you have? Life is so short. I was actually at a ballet today for my great niece, and she's 6. And seriously, I feel like I blinked and she is 6. She was just a baby a few days
I
ago.
get that. Yeah,
Right?
my kid's like 16 now. And I remember when they brought him home from the hospital, and now he's like, wants to drive.
Yeah, and you know, you can just, I think sometimes we let fear get in our way, you know, that ugly thing, fear.
Sure.
And really, I mean, look at what happens when you start knocking on doors. It just, things start opening up for you.
Yeah.
Like it did for Christian, and I just think, yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
Right?
we make things bigger than ourselves.
Exactly.
Yeah, when really you just got to do it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Nike said.
Hey, that's true. Shouts
Do
out
it,
to Nike.
right?
Good marketing.
My niece works for them.
Really?
Yeah.
Could she get me some shoes?
Well, we could talk about that.
All right, size 12,
All right.
please. Euro size is 46.
Okay.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to bring out Phil Circle, who is a wonderfully talented musician and a student here at the Chicago Actors Studio. So Phil Circle will be coming up next. Be sure you stick around.
Welcome back to Late Night Chicago. We have Phil Circle in the house. He's a musician, an author, and an actor.
And a student.
And
here
a
at the
student.
Chicago
Yes,
Actors Studio.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting.
I'm really excited. We're going to be having him perform a little bit later on tonight, so stick around. After the interview, we're going to have an awesome show put on by Phil Circle right here at the studio, and then there'll also be a really cool Inside the Chicago Actors Studio episode coming up after that. So without any further ado, let's bring him on
Phil.
out. Everyone please welcome Phil Circle.
Good to see you.
How's it going, man? Wow, man. Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm well. How you doing?
I'm great. Thank you. You look good.
Oh, thanks. Likewise.
Yeah, I'm glad you threw a blazer on for us.
Yeah, this is about as dressed up as I get. Yeah,
Pretty
usually.
spiffy.
Oh, thanks. Looking for a job.
Are you really? Okay. I thought you were doing pretty well.
A job. Yeah, I keep forgetting. It doesn't feel like one. You know?
Right.
So that's what happens when you do what you love. You know.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
there's that.
That's true. So tell us a little bit about the book that you authored.
Ooh, the Outback Musician's Survival Guide.
Yeah, I got a copy here, actually.
You do.
Yeah,
Look.
it's pretty
That's
convenient. Yeah, take a look there.
Oh, I like
folks.
that.
Yeah, the
Can
Outback
I join us? Okay.
Musician Survival Guide. That is available where books are sold.
That's right.
Everywhere books are sold.
Everywhere books in print or ebook. Yeah, Barnes & Noble website, Amazon, Walmart, Google Play. You can get them anywhere you can find a
That's
book online.
fabulous.
Just like my music. You can get it all everywhere. And there's nobody else with my name. So you pretty much punch in Phil's Circle. And boom,
Right,
it
and it
pops
comes
up.
right up.
Yeah, it's pretty handy.
Cool.
Well, I've always had a habit of telling stories whenever I'm at a show or after the show and that sort of thing. And people would, started bugging me, you got to write this down.
Right.
And I'm like, and I'd hear a lot of this, you can't make this up. I said, well, yeah, it's true. So I started writing stuff down. I compiled some blogs. I did a lot of music writing along the way, too, for magazines and that sort of thing. So it was just sort of happening. And then I had compiled it loosely as a collection of stories. And then my life took a big turn. And I went, wow, now what? This is interesting. I look back, I'm 50. I'm 52 now, but I looked back at the time when I'm 50, and I've been doing this all my life. How did this happen? Oh, that's right, I have all these stories. So I put them together and created more of a linear, story about my life as a musician. Everything that happens to the rock stars happens to me, and guys like me. We just don't have high-powered attorneys, and you don't hear about the divorce in the news.
Right.
I'm not getting divorced, by the way.
Right.
I've done it twice. I'm sticking with the one I got. She's
Good.
a keeper.
She
yeah.
is a
She is a
keeper.
keeper.
That's
for
right.
sure.
You guys know it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know her. We brought her on the show.
And I
Our
met
very
her.
first episode.
Yeah.
And I met her here in the Actors Studio.
Wow.
Yeah.
See?
Yep.
Hey.
Yep.
There's
We-
another benefit.
Full
I'm-
circle.
That's
Full
hey,
circle.
right.
I
Yep,
love it.
yep.
Right?
All right.
She and I were cast in a play together, and she played my sister. That was
Well,
interesting.
obviously that role didn't stick.
It's like,
Yeah, right. That's good. Yeah, it's like we're in West Virginia. Yeah. So now the Hill Country Radio is no longer going to play my music after that comment, I'm afraid.
No,
Yeah,
come
so.
on. We're just joking.
That's right. All in good fun. But yes, I wrote the book, and in it I didn't, there's stuff about the business, but it's more of what happened along the way than how to survive. But if anybody gleans anything from how I survived, including what not to do, there's a lot of that. There's one section, a reviewer called the Hunter S. Thompson part. And if you know anything about Hunter S. Thompson, you get the idea of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, that kind of stuff.
right.
But I didn't dream that anybody was going to understand completely what I might have to say from it. So I didn't really hope that far. I just went, I think it's a good book. Hopefully it sells, Then the first review came out of Oxford, England, and I read it, and after I wiped the tears from my eyes, I read it a second time to make sure that I wasn't seeing things. This reviewer, it's like she got in my head and my heart and understood exactly everything that I hoped I could say to inspire, to lead people to what we're, why we're here, why it's worth doing what you love, how that is the ember that in my worst, my darkest moments, it was the fact that I do what I love that got me through it. And whenever I got lost, it was because I forgot that one fact.
Okay.
That I'm doing what I love.
Right.
So like the whole thing turned around when I was 15 going, I've been doing this my whole life. Why am I worried about making a living? Because I would do a lot of that. I'd sit there and go, oh man, how am I going to get a gig? How am I going to get a student? And the bottom line was I already been doing that for so long.
Right.
Like, what am I worrying about? What am I crazy?
Right.
And chasing money doesn't do you any good. I grew up with a ton of money. I didn't see it making people happy. I like it, having it. Don't get me wrong. Please buy my book. And but. And if you chase anything, it's gonna run away.
It runs away.
So like, why
Runs
don't
away from you.
chase it? Just let it come to you. Be involved in what you're doing, and do it for all the right reasons. I love teaching, for instance, studying at the Actors Studio, and even before I started studying at the Actors Studio, hanging out, at the studio, being a longtime friend of Ed, watching his technique and all that kind of stuff. I was like, I'm going to do that with guitar students. Not give them a scene from Plaza Suite, but like, stuff. I actually use Shakespeare to train hip hop artists.
Yeah.
I've got guys that are like producing albums now, and they hey Phil, I got an album out here 10 years after they studied with me, and they're like, I'm still doing Shakespeare to warm up.
Wow.
So there's so much crossover with everything that we do. And there's stories about being around the Actors Studio and being around the people that I've met through it. The arts community is heavily involved in my stories, and my mom produced opera, so I've been around it all my life.
Right.
And my dad was a patron of the arts. He was always giving money to this or that. Here's somebody's company needs money to start up, whatever, he would do it. Right. And so it's a lot more than, it's an autobiography, but who cares what happened to Phil's Circle? It's that when people read it, I keep getting this response. It's a dual response. I feel like you're sitting across the table telling me stories all night.
Right.
And it's a quick read. I hear a lot too. And then I feel like there's something of me in that story. And that's what storytelling's about. That's what acting's about. It's what music's about. It's the whole human condition thing that we always hear about.
And I think that's a testament to how you wrote it, So that's really cool. Now, it's interesting that you said, so you used to train people with Shakespeare, hip-hop artists.
Yeah.
Which actually makes a lot of sense because there's a lot of rhythm, a lot of timing, tempo, everything in Shakespeare's writing. Yeah. Do you find any other ways in your professional career that, for instance, your training here has served either you or your students? Because that's for your students. How has your training that you've done here helped you as a musician?
I know how being a musician helped me in my first monologuing class. I have no notes. That was brilliant. And then afterwards I said, that's impossible. How was that so great? Did I have a leg up because I'm a musician? And I was told, yeah, but it won't last. And then I got my rear end beaten for the next 2 years in class. How has it helped me as a performer, as an entertainer? There's so much theatrics in being a stage performer as a musician. I started to realize that in every song that I perform, I am, and especially because I'm writing a lot of them, I am creating a character in that moment.
Right.
And so the aspects of creating a character bleed over into performing the music, understanding the emotion of it, the vowels and liquids. Yeah. That's brilliant when you're a singer, knowing that the vowels create the emotion and stuff. I was like, wow, I never thought of that. I need to open my mouth more when I'm singing. Because, and then all people stopped asking me, telling me I can't understand the words, man, So there's, and you know, I could go on for days as to again the crossover between, you know, from one art to another. You know.
I have to agree with you because before I took the voice class, I did not realize how it's the emotion comes from your voice, you know, and projecting and all that. So it really opens your eyes.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
it's good
cool.
stuff.
Do you have any advice to musicians out there or independent artists out there that you feel is like the golden ticket of old advice?
Or a mantra you have.
Or a mantra that you
Something
have?
that you-
Yeah, you know, if you fuel the fire, it'll lift you up. You know, so whatever burns in you. I ask students when they come in, why do you want to play music? And if they say I want to be a rock star, I tell them, get out of my studio. You know, you're in it for the wrong reason. But if they say, because I can't imagine doing anything else, I know they're on the right track.
Okay.
You know, as to being an artist in anything, whether books are now print on demand, so publishers are republishing stuff because they don't have to print 10,000 copies.
Right.
So they can just republish old you know editions of books and that kind of stuff. But anybody can publish a book if they're an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur, the definition of the word entrepreneur is embarking on an enterprise without any idea, more or less, of what the return will be or if you'll get a return. Right. That's what entrepreneur really means. Mm-hmm. So in order to be a successful actor, whether on film or on stage, or to be an author, to be a filmmaker, to be a musician, you're going to have to be an entrepreneur. There's just no two ways about it.
Right.
Now, more than ever before, you have to be an entrepreneur. Even if you want to get signed to a major record deal, and I do talk in the one section about the business why you probably don't want to, you get shafted every time, you know. But even if you want to get signed to a major record deal, even if you want to produce movies for major motion picture houses, you have to show some entrepreneurship. You have to show you have a following. You have the tribe, they call it now. Mm-hmm. You have to be branded, as we say now. All these terminologies, all this DIY indie stuff I was doing 30 years ago when it started because I just didn't want to deal with other people telling me what to do. I guess I was a stubborn kid, but also because I had such an eclectic style of music, because I take from whatever moves me in the moment. The Duke Ellington rule: if it sounds good, it is good.
Right.
You know,
right?
And that's a valuable aspect of your art. If it's working for you, why do you want to change it? You know, you don't be somebody you're not. Be true to what your heart tells you. Of course, as an actor, you develop as wide a range as you possibly can. Mm-hmm. You know. And musically, I do that to a degree as well. But you have to be an entrepreneur. You just whether you like it or not,
right.
you got to do it, and then you can get somebody else. You make it happen to a certain level. You can get somebody else to come in and do the stuff. Like I get interns whenever I can. Mm-hmm. I've rebranded my little record label, Guilt by Association Records, and I was a co-op. So I have like students now that are coming in, and they're going to learn how to be entrepreneurs through my record label by promoting me. So that then they can promote themselves, and they're not walking out there empty-handed.
Right.
You know? So that's a huge part of it, and that has nothing to do with the craft. The only point I had in there about the craft itself was don't try to be something you're not.
Yeah.
Write what you know.
Exactly.
And my writer's voice in there, everybody's like, that's why they say it sounds like you're talking to me.
Right.
Me,
it's authentic.
It's just the way I talk. You know,
exactly.
It's the way I write. You know.
Yeah. Be sure to check out this book, folks. Again, it is the Outback Musician's Survival Guide. You can get that everywhere that books are sold. And we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Phil Circle is going to perform for us. So stick around. You won't want to miss that.
Great job. I know, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, Phil Circle.
as I'm coming home. After many a day, what I've seen, it's pretty cold, but I found my way, and I ain't gonna stop till I reach the top. I have no idea where that is. I'll just keep on moving, try to hold the groove in, keep my rhythm any way I can. What I mean is I'm coming home after many a day. What I've seen, it's pretty cold, but I found my way. I was crawling in the bottoms, they said they knew they got 'em, but I slipped away one fevered, shaky night, hanging on by inches. I think I broke the stitches in a faded, foggy forest with no light. What I mean is I'm coming home after many a day. What I've seen, it's pretty cold, but I found my way. There's a couple angry people, a couple broken steeples, and a pile of rubble where the wind died down. Guess I didn't kill it, guess I'll just rebuild it from the broken bricks laid firmly on the ground. On the ground. There's a couple angry people, a couple broken steeples, and a pile of rubble where the wind died down. Guess I didn't kill it, guess I'll just rebuild it from the broken bricks laid firmly on the ground.
Vacations to Hawaii, Las Vegas,
or Disney World,
Or we also got some shitty-ass mugs and t-shirts if you want that. Or like $1,000 in cash-saving groceries.
What else we got?
We have new late night Chicago wristwatches.
Wristwatches, right. And then we got the private acting sessions with whoever is going to teach the class.
Or anyone.
From the Chicago Actors Studio, yeah.
Yeah. So we had a great time last time. It works the same. We have all the entries in this barrel right here. And if you want to be in this barrel, make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment that you entered.
Absolutely. And don't forget, send us your name, your physical address, your phone number at latenightdrawing@chicagoactorstudio.net. Right, and right now we're going to have Roberta Gennaro, one of our co-hosts, with the prizes. Roberta,
I'm so excited, you guys. This is our first drawing or second?
No, it's the second drawing.
Our second
We're
drawing.
rating you in as one of the raffle girls.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much.
That's going to be great.
Okay, so
let's see
get
who's
ready to
gonna win.
roll the barrel, Rachel.
All right, Rachel. Do your best. Well, it seems to be pretty heavy, isn't it?
It's pretty heavy.
Okay, we're all with you, Rachel.
All right, a couple more times. A
couple more times.
couple more
We're really
times.
gonna make
All right, we got this. We
We really
this.
have to
All right,
hold this.
Hang
It's
on.
heavy.
All right,
All
close
right.
my eyes. Reaching in.
Okay.
All right, and I've got the lucky winner right here, guys. Right here. Do the honors.
You got the prizes.
Bobby Owens on Clybourne Avenue in Chicago.
Wonderful.
Alrighty. So now.
So now we're gonna blindfold Shenna.
Oh, right.
And she's going to pick the prize.
Right.
For Bobby Owens.
Alrighty.
Get yourself ready. Here we
I'm
go.
excited, Bobby.
Oh,
All right,
do it.
Shenna. Let me spin you around. I'm going to spin you around a couple times.
go ahead. Do whatever
All
you
right,
want.
Stop. I know, right here.
Stop.
Right
Gosh,
here.
you got me
Stop right
dizzy
here.
here.
All right, I have them right in front of you. Can you feel them?
I feel it.
Pick
Okay.
a card, any card.
Any card. Whatever.
There you go.
Bobby,
All right.
All right. Let's see what we have here for Bobby. All right. Late night Chicago coffee mug.
Yes.
That is
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh,
Well,
that's true.
congratulations,
That's
Bobby.
cool.
Yes.
And make sure if
Great.
you want to be in the next raffle giveaway, you send in your entries. All right, now let's get back to the show. Okay.
What are some of the other prizes they could win?
Well, you can win vacations.
Right.
You can win $1,000 in cash.
Wristwatch.
Or a wristwatch.
Yes, that's the new prize.
What if they
Wristwatches.
don't? Go ahead and add their address.
Then we have nowhere to send it to.
Wah, wah, wah. They will not get their
The prize.
You gotta send it to us.
Alrighty. All right, guys.
We need
Well,
your physical address, guys.
Absolutely.
And we look forward to many more winners. Have a great night. That was unbelievable.
Wasn't that great?
That was so
That was
great.
so great.
Oh my gosh, so amazing.
Okay, well maybe next episode I'll get it right.
Oh yeah, I can hardly wait.
Oh my God! Well, I had so much fun. I don't know
did
about you.
too.
God,
I
we
really
we just kind of ran out of time. That
Really full show.
really flew
Yes,
by.
yes.
My goodness.
Yes.
Well, folks, we really love you all, and thank you so much for tuning in with us here at Late Night Chicago.
Yes.
It was a great time.
Yes. And we'll see you back.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and close out the show with Phil Circle. Everyone give him a warm welcome. We got Phil Circle with a live special performance just for you all.
What I wouldn't do to
find a little time, downtime, for just you and me, to finally breathe the air. What I wouldn't say when I see you standing there, alone and tired, bottom of the stairs to your home. It's like a wheel turning, spinning round, take to the core of what we're living for.
Hello YouTube, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more great content. Starting soon, we're going to be launching an exciting new series of videos featuring advice for actors trying to navigate the business, so make sure you click that subscribe button. If you like what we do and want to show your love, click on the Patreon link below. For just a couple dollars a month, you can get early access to our latest videos and exclusive access to bonus content that no one else can see. We'll see you next time on Late Night Chicago.
The sky, smiling on the world, finally breathe a sigh of yearning. Wheel keeps turning, standing on the axis burning wherever we walk, knowing life is this. We the kids, if we ever dare leave it to the dark.